Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing a quick upgrade on the Rockslide Engineering Step Sliders. So if you're like me and spent almost $2,000 on these step sliders, you have concerns about banging them into rocks or other foreign objects and then putting in significant damage onto these very expensive yet very nice rock sliders. I love the step feature on them, totally worth getting if you don't have them. They've been amazing, and especially with a lifted Jeep, they come in and they make a major improvement, and I'm not having to stretch into the Jeep. I really like that. But that said, the caveat to it is the downside. These rock sliders can be damaged, and we want to further protect them, right? So what I did was I got the skid plates from Rockslide Engineering, and we're going to be installing them. Now these are super easy to put on. They just go and mount from the bolts that are underneath helping hold this thing in place. And then if you ever have any damage to them or need to remove them for whatever reason, you just loosen up some bolts and take them off, and then you're good to go. Get them refinished, get them banged back out if they're dented somehow, something like that. But basically this is going to give you a scratch-proof, scrape-proof way to protect your actual rock slider with a skid plate and then not take any damage to your actual rock slider. So let's jump right in, and this should be really quick. You can see this here, there's two rivets that are holding in this Rockslide Engineering logo plate. We're going to want to drill these out so that there's a smooth, clean wall against the skid plate. I'm going to use a 9/64 drill bit, and I'm just basically going to drill out these rivets. Alright, that one might have been a little bit too big. Let's go with the 7/64.
And I remember when this song came out because I said, wedding song, written all over it. Raise your hand right now, wedding song.
Alright, so both of these little rivets are off. We do the same thing for the other side. Alright, so both of these rivets are removed, and then we'll go ahead and clean this up, unbolt these bottom bolts, and then put on the new skid plate. There's 3 different sections that are underneath this step slider, and they all require either a 13mm or a 1/2 inch socket. And then they already have self-tapping nuts on them. So all you have to do is basically just unscrew them with the washers, and then you're good to go. The only thing that we got to do is just basically put this skid plate up underneath, lining up the bolt holes, and then fasten it in. A real quick tip for putting on this Rockslide Engineering skid plate is that the front of this skid plate is going to line up with the front of your actual Rockslide Engineering step slider mounting bracket right here. So this mounting bracket that goes to your frame that's already attached, just line up these 2 edges and then it'll be straight. Otherwise, if you don't get it straight, your step sliders won't actually come out of your vehicle. So just before you tighten it all the way up, make sure that you open your doors and your step slider actually comes out and functions properly. Alright, let's flip it around and do the other side. Alright guys, installation went great. All I did was undo some bolts. I used a 5-gallon bucket to hold that skid plate up close to where I was going to be bolting it in. And then that really helped doing it with one person. If you have 2 people, just have the other person hold it and get them screwed in. The only thing that I kind of came across was a little bit of the mounting brackets are kind of adjusted for some reason. Maybe some pressure had let off. So I just kind of pushed them back in, or used a screwdriver to kind of gently tug that bracket back into place as I did one side of the bolt and then did the other. So other than that, those are my only tips, and using some blue Loctite for the bolts themselves, and they'll go on really smoothly. Again, just line it up, put the bolts back on, and you're done. And then now you have about a 1/4 inch extra steel skid plate to protect your actual very expensive rock sliders. Alright, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for stopping by, and be sure to check out our other videos.